Hello followers and welcome back to another episode of MrMFretwell Plays Minecraft, and let's get started. So in today's episode, what I want to do is I want to work on the pathway slash tunnel system on this base here. So I want to kind of link up all the points in the world together. So the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to take coordinates of the key points around the world. So that's going to be the branch mine, the farm stacks, the lab, and the zombie grinder. And we're going to put them all down. I've got some pen and paper ready here so that we can take down some coordinates. And then what we're going to do is underground here, we're going to construct a tunnel system which is going to link them together. Now, that's going to give us a basic platform that we can then use to expand off into making different areas. So storage room, dark room, proper path to the zombie grinder, certain other farms that we've not got here, things of that nature. So we're going to be working on that today. So the first thing we need to do is take coordinates of the lab here. Now we need to think a little bit about where we actually want the pathway in the lab to go, and I'm thinking maybe right here. I'm just going to temporarily take this out. I'm going to put it back in a moment here. And we have sort of like what will eventually be a stairwell down here. So we need to take our coordinates here. Now, the Y doesn't matter too much. We're just mainly looking at the X and the Z. So we've got an X of 807 and a Z of minus 7889. Okay, so that's the lab. So now we can fill this back in, and I'm going to pass the night real quick here, and then we're going to take a look at the next set of coordinates, which is probably going to be the farm stacks. I kind of want to do everything on the surface first, then visit the zombie grinder, then we'll probably visit the where am I? The branch mine. Oh wait, I'm in here. I don't want to be in here. I guess this is closer, so we'll do here next. So where do I want to hook this up to? I guess we could come straight through here. That would probably be the likely candidate if I was going to do anything with this room. So let's take some coordinates here. So this is going to be an X of 781, and we've got a Z of minus 7922, and that is the zombie grinder. Okay, so moving out of here, we're going to go up to the farm stacks and then down to the branch mine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the lab, and I'm going to kind of make a tunnel, and we're going to connect them all up. We're going to go down quite a bit, probably down to around maybe Y60, maybe even Y55, something like that. Then we can work out from there where we want to put certain things. I'm also going to need some torches for that. So the farm stacks, they're sort of in a similar area. This is mainly for the storage room. There's not going to be an individual tunnel here. So I don't know whether to take coordinates of all three or just to take coordinates of this middle one. I think the middle one may be the better solution, as it gives us a good gauge of where we are here. So I guess we'll do it right here, the front of the farm stack. So we've got X of minus, no, not minus, it's just regular 731, and we've got a Z of minus 97940. So already on this list I'm seeing a correlation between the farm stats and the zombie grinder. There's definitely a correlation between those two. We're going to have a tunnel come across from the lab. I think it's kind of going to go lab, zombie grinder, past the zombie grinder, farm stacks, and then split off and go to the branch mine, is what I think it's going to do. So that would leave the storage room probably going to be underneath this lake here. The dark room will probably sit at the back there. The lab is probably going to have some sort of basement, I would imagine, at some point. And the branch mine is obviously kind of a separate area. So this is exciting. It's a really good opportunity to kind of figure out where everything is so that we can work on a bunch of stuff in the next couple of episodes here. So once I've took these coordinates, I'm gonna dig the actual pathways off camera. Left shift here. I'm gonna take the coordinates of... We can't really bust through there. I guess we'll take a coordinate of a branch, maybe, like right here. This is probably as good a spot as any. So we've got an X of 6, 3, 5. By the way, I am aware that I didn't finish my sentence. We're going to come back to that, what I'm going to be doing here. And a Z of minus 888. So we've done farm stats, just kind of writing things down on my paper here, guys. So, let's see, and this is branch mine. Okay, so let's just take a look here at what I've wrote down, and then we'll get back to what I was originally saying. So, I'm seeing that this one is a bit different from the rest. Actually, the lab and the branch mine for this branch, this right here, this one, let me see here, what is it, 8, 9, so this is actually directly level with the lab on the Z coordinate. Now it's going to have to come across a little bit on the X, which is obviously the distance between the two, but right here is actually a connection. Now we're not going to be building it at this level, so directly above us is where the branch mine is going to come down at. And we'll probably have a nice big minecart system down here, probably take out a good portion of these branches, and we'll have a proper minecart sorting system, which is going to enable me to drop off all the different things I get from branch mining and take it up to the storage room and deposit it in the appropriate chests, or if it's an ore, take it through an auto smelter. That's the idea, and we'll probably have a nice big minecart storage area down here in order to help me do that. So definitely got a good correlation there with the lab. The farm stacks and the zombie grinder are not too far apart either, so we're not looking at huge gaps here between... Wait, I'm gonna have to... Oh no, it is daytime still. Oh, I passed the night, didn't I? Of course. Silly me. So, now I have to think a little bit about that and how we want to connect them all together. So, getting back to what I was saying originally here, what we're going to do is we're going to dig the tunnels, which I'm going to do off camera, connect up all the points roughly, and kind of make corridors, because these are going to feed into the storage room back here. Storage room is probably going to go there. And then what we'll do is when I come back, we'll extend the tunnels, make them wider, things like that, and we'll also begin to come up with a design for the tunnels and what we want to do with them aesthetically, and then we'll probably call the episode there. Depending on how long we've been recording, I may work on something else, so we'll see. But for right now, I'm going to get on with digging those tunnels, guys, and I will be back once I have made the connections, so be right back. Okay guys, so I've been working on digging these tunnels for a little bit, and I think now is a good time to bring you guys back in, and we're going to do a real quick tour here of what I've been working on and kind of where I'm mapping things out to be. So we have a staircase coming down here, and we have a branch down there, and this right here. So this is a possible site for random farms, and what do I mean by random farms? It's things that aren't crops or animals related, so snow farm, AFK fish farm, things of that nature will go down here. Kind of like all the random stuff that doesn't really fit in anywhere. So if we follow this tunnel, we have the zombie grinder, which is right below us. This is where the coordinates were for the zombie grinder. If we continue on from the zombie grinder, we come to this intersection right here. And this is probably where I'm going to put the storage room, possible storage center site, as this kind of connects to everything. We have the farms down that way, the branch mine, and possibly the dark room down that way, and back towards the lab that way. The zombie grinders over there, and the random farms will be off in that direction. So this is just a potential site. This is not an exact room or anything like that. This is just a marker so that I know kind of roughly where I would like to build it. So if we go right from the intersection, we then arrive here at the possible farm corridor. So this would be where I'll put my cactus farm, sugarcane farms. The farm stacks are directly above us here. And again, this is not an exact site, it's just a rough sketch right now. Also my animal farms, things of that nature would go down this corridor. So if we go left at the intersection, we pass through a cave or two, and we get to this. So the branch mine is down there. You could just about make the end of the wall out down there in the distance. And here we don't really have anything, so I'm thinking maybe the dark room would obviously stretch the corridor on a bit here, and we could possibly put the dark room over there. And I want the farms and the dark room to connect up directly with the storage room, because I'm going to pipe it all in, so that I don't have to worry about item ferrying and things like that. The branch mine is off in that direction, so I can pipe along this wall and then back into here. The dark room would go straight into this side, the farm straight into that side. And down here we don't really have too much that would need to be pumped directly in here, which is why I've kind of put those things down there, because that's quite a ways away from everything else. So this is what I'm thinking at the moment. It may change a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and get some supplies together, and we're going to work out what we would like to kind of do with these corridors. I'm also going to have to widen them a little bit, make them a bit bigger, clean out all the ores and stuff like that. But then after that, what we will do is begin to kind of plan out in more detail the layout of where we want things to go. May add a ladder and things like that in and around our different points here so that we can move forward. And obviously I'm thinking I'm going to go with a design with some stained clay down here. Possibly that cyan clay, as that's very modern looking. So we may go with something like that, maybe some redstone lamps. But I'm not 100% decided yet. That is something we'll have to think about. So I'm going to go ahead and work on those corridors a little bit more and kind of clean up, and then get some supplies together, and then we'll probably look into experimenting with some designs. So just wanted to give you that quick little update of what's been going on here, and I will be back in a minute with some supplies. Okay guys, so I've been working on digging through all of the paths here, and I've opened everything up a little bit more, and this is going to be our storage room. I've kind of widened this up to give us a central area to work with. So just a quick recap here: branch mine down that way, possible dark room down there, farms down that way, that's kind of the crop farms and the animal farms, and back that way is the lab, the zombie grinder, and maybe any other farms that don't really fit into what we're doing here. So while I was digging this out, we ended up running into a problem, and it is this right here, and there's another one right on the edge of the wall over here too. Now what these are is the very bottom of the redstone for the farm stacks, so it's a bit tight. Now this is fine, but I'm not going to be breaking this, for example, for breaking the redstone, but the chest is somewhere back here, and piping it out and behind the storage room is going to be tricky if we keep it at this layer. Now rather than move everything, 3 blocks down or whatever, I think 1 block extra should be enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of what we've already done, and I wanted to put stone bricks all in the roof of this anyway, and the clay in the roof of the tunnels here, so we can take advantage of what we've done and just say that we've carved out the roof, and I'm going to lower the floor 1 block when we've put in the roofing materials. Now we're not going to do that today. I was thinking about doing it, but it's took a long time off camera to dig all these different pathways and dig out this room, and my pickaxe needs repairing, so I'm going to have to spend some time at the zombie grinder to repair that. And I think we do have enough footage for an episode today. It's going to be a bit shorter than usual, so I apologize for that in advance, but I think we've reached a good stopping point. What I think we'll do next episode is we will spend a bit more time preparing in here, and we'll kind of get some equipment together and set up some basic farms and things that we're going to need in here so that we can work on the tunnels themselves. We may look at that a little bit next episode as well. And then after that, I think we'll go and do something adventure-y. May do some more exploring over by the mesa, possibly. I still need to find a couple of biomes, but at least for the next episode, it's going to be another preparation-based episode. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, guys, and I hope to see you next time. And until then, see you later, and have a good day.